Hi, are you looking for Sunday plot? This is it. And on Sunday, this particular channel, this particular program called the Your Take Show, I do host it, but we don't just hang around. We actually hang and talk about health and nutrition. So be prepared to learn, be prepared to teach me as well, because this show depends on your voice. And that is why it's going to be very important that I share with you our social media platforms so you can actually connect with us during the show. So our social media platforms, before we head into our food throne, today we'll be discussing pumpkin seeds. But just before we get into pumpkin seeds and know what is that one thing that you actually should never forget about pumpkin seeds, let me tell you about the social media platforms. On YouTube, it's Amanda Twevas, a Dash nutritionist. On Instagram, my handle is Food Witness. On Facebook, get to join the Facebook family. The page name is Amanda Twevas, a Dash nutritionist. And on WhatsApp, the number is 0782 152610. I'll read that again, 0782 152610. So we were saying pumpkin, right? What's important about pumpkin? What's that one thing you should never forget? Pumpkin has a lot of fiber, so it's going to be important for you. Pumpkin has a lot of micronutrients. Now, the two that I want you to remember is pumpkin seeds have zinc and pumpkin seeds have selenium. Now, those two are very important immunity boosters. They are sort of work like coenzymes to help your enzymes actually work and do the, the jobs that they actually need to do in our body. So better digestion, there's better processes really. So if you want to be able to help your enzymes to work, then you're going to have zinc and selenium. And you're going to have pumpkin seeds. If you want to have your brain actually working and functioning and fighting these degenerative diseases that actually affect our mental health and our minds, you're going to have zinc and selenium, and that's where you'll get them, pumpkin seeds. So next time you see pumpkin seeds in the supermarket, the ones that they have roasted for us, don't just pass them by and think that they're for people who are too extreme with health. They're actually for all of us. Give your kids these pumpkin seeds, pack them for them to school. Oh, we're not going to school yet, but okay, pack them for them when you're heading out of the home. Pack them for your husband as he's going to work. Pack them for yourself as you're heading out to work. Everyone needs to have pumpkin seeds, in other words. So our discussion room is started off by Mumbere Joachim, who was asking, can Echigaji, that is aloe vera, if you do not know what that means, help to improve blood circulation for managing varicose veins? Yes, it does in a way, because aloe vera is actually a herb. It is going to fight, these damaging free radicals in our bodies, and if you're fighting that, then that means your blood is also able to move without so much stress and distress, and you'll actually be able to have better blood circulation. So because of that property, antioxidant property, it definitely would help us have better blood circulation. Yes, let's go into our second question coming in from Arnold. He says, I am 73 kilograms, 23 years, but still struggling to lose weight. What could be the best advice on my diet? Because I've reduced the amount of food I eat. I cut out fats, though no progress now for 2 months. Now, with weight loss, it's not going to be one swift, outcome, the whole journey. It's going to be uphill and downhill and uphill. That's how it is. There's going to be times when you just plateau at the same weight, and you need to understand what's going on at that point and what you need to change at that point. There's going to be times when you lose weight very rapidly and you're like, yes, I'm a champion, because maybe you've just gotten onto a new plan and the body is reacting quickly to that, or maybe it's such a stringent plan. But also, there's going to be times when there's going to be very little progress or almost no progress. But I want you to also remember that even the times when there's very little progress, count that as an accomplishment. That at least you have gotten 0.3 kilograms, for example, down in 2 weeks. That's an accomplishment, because you are not where you were before 2 weeks ago. And that just means you need to keep moving. There's something you need to keep on doing. So even when you might say, I've not seen any progress for 2 months, and yet you've not really been checking with the scale about what's really going on. Has there been at least a 0.8 kilogram loss, or there's just been nothing? There has to have been something if you're putting in some effort. So even when there is very little progress, please acknowledge that and keep pushing yourself, because if you push yourself, that is when you get to see the results. The kilos will keep going down, but you need to be committed and consistent. I would like to put on weight, but I don't know how best to go about that. Ben Hamenya is asking that. Well, Ben, if you want to put on weight, then you're going to have to, okay, so many things we can do. You can get lazier and don't do so much exercise, but here's one important one, that you need to eat energy dense food or starch dense foods. So get foods that have a lot of starch in them. This is going to be your posho, this is going to be your porridges, this is going to be your maybe starchy tubers like cassava, sweet potatoes. You're going to need to have those. Don't have things now like too much of carrots, too much of pumpkin, you know, too much of beetroot. You need to be having those that are going to have a lot of starch in them. So that kalo, millet, you know, because that's what's going to help you to produce excess of this starch that needs to be turned into fat. And if you have fat being stored in your body, that equals weight gain. So yes, look out for starchy foods. That's going to be very important. Shamira is asking, how do you get rid of rashes on the face? Skin is something that really requires for us to have a healthy cleaning routine, number one, like, because it's always, you know, exposed to all this dirt and dust and germs. We're all around the place. We are, you know, exposed to so much in the outside world, and it's our skin that first gets to get that heat. You need to make sure that your cleaning routine for your skin is, you know, thorough. Where you sleep, for example, your pillowcases, your bed sheets are clean as well. You know, you actually shower and clean your face thoroughly. If you're a makeup person, you're actually making sure to remove that makeup really well. But also, you need to also work on the inside, which means, you know, deal with inflammation that may be popping up from the inside, coming out. So eat foods that actually fight inflammation. So ginger, garlic, turmeric, you know, eat anti-inflammatory foods. There's a lot of herbs and spices actually have this property of anti-inflammation, so you might want to, you know, start incorporating that into your diet as well. Our last question is from an anonymous person who asks, which food or fruits can I use to boost male reproductive health? Yes, male reproductive health is seeming to be a very pertinent issue in today's world. But if we're looking at which foods can we actually, you know, eat, the details are always placed down on the Facebook page, by the way, so you'll find, you know, the detailed responses there. But here, would like for you to focus on foods that are going to give us a lot of B vitamins and vitamin E. So you really need to be working on your vitamin, you know, content or intake. B vitamins in particular are really good with energy production. So you'll find that, you know, you are more strong, and that the same goes for your reproductive system. So you need to make sure that you are eating cereals, whole grains at that. You need to make sure that generally you are eating whole foods, you know. Even when you're eating your potatoes and sweet potatoes, don't go peeling the peels, you know, just wash them and eat them with their jackets or their peels on, as long as they've been cooked well, because there is a lot of B vitamins that hide under that, just right under that skin or that peel. So yes, do a lot of those, and, you know, you'll be going a long way in improving your reproductive health. So those were the lessons we learned from your very precious questions. Thank you for asking them, and thank you for, you know, just interacting and letting us actually have this kind of conversation, very important conversation. We're going now into our take of the week. The take of the week this week goes to Shana. Yay! So Shana was reacting to a post on the Facebook page which was saying, which was talking really about never quitting, and this is what she says: we shouldn't regret what we have passed through during the day, because it's a lesson and it gives you what to do tomorrow. And I think this is very important because, you know, sometimes we do not want to carry our lessons. Why we go through the hard times and the trying times is for you to learn very important lessons to take you to the next level. So for Shana, what she's trying to, you know, bring out for us is, as you go through a tough day, don't just you know, write it out. Learn what lessons you could have gotten from that tough day, and bring the hope for a new day. And, you know, I mean, if you have hope mixed with the great lessons you've learned, then you're definitely sure to succeed. You're definitely sure to hit your goals and your targets. You're definitely sure to do a great job for yourself. So, you know what? don't regret what you've passed through during the day, because it's a lesson and it gives you what you're going to do tomorrow. Thank you, Shana. That's so important. Dodinsky is the provider of our wellness quote this week, and he or she says the key to being happy is knowing you have the power to choose what to accept and what to let go. So what this really means is the power actually lies in you, not in your surrounding, not in the family you grew up, not in, you know, the unfortunate circumstances you find yourself in. The power lies in you to say, you know what, I'm going to let this go and I'm going to accept this. So why not accept positivity? Why not accept the things that actually contribute to a developed you? You know, someone that is better than they were 5 years ago, someone that is better than they were 6 months ago. Why hang on to things that actually are going to just, you know, either kill your morale to actually be a better person, or just, you know, dilute the work you have already done so far? There's some things that you need to let go in your life, because those things actually bring you steps back. Those things drain you. Those things just, you know, they don't work to make you better. So the power lies within you. And what is that power? Learn to know what to accept in your life and also what you need to let go. At the end of the day, that helps you to be the best self that you can be ever. The show is done. I'm glad we were able to spend this time together. Thank you so much for being around up until now. Remember our social media platforms: on Instagram, it's Food Witness. On Facebook, it's Amanda Tweva, the Dash Nutritionist. On YouTube, it's Amanda Tweva, the Dash Nutritionist. And my WhatsApp number that you can send your inquiries, feedback, opinion on health and nutrition is 0782 152610. I'll see you then, but I'll also see you next Sunday. So until then, remember that wellness is an adventure. Bye-bye.